Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to the Saiyonan Archives. If you're new here, my name is Nuna. I am the poet, the seer, the writer, the witch, the wise woman, the sage of the Saiyonan Archives, as well as a keeper. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if you're returning, hey fam, welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. I wanted to go ahead and do this reading for Divine Feminine. As I'm filming this, it is currently November 4th, the Taurus full moon, and we are going to be immersing ourselves as stated into this reading. I want you to keep in mind that although I'm filming this at the time of the full moon in Taurus, that these messages are timeless. And right now, I actually do have some dragon's blood sage burning in my chimney. Of course, my favorite little chimney here, my desk chimney or my altar chimney. And yes, we're going to be going ahead and doing a reading in this space. It has been a lot for the past few days, and I've been doing the best that I can to kind of quiet down and just kind of chill and relax here because a lot has been going on, and I did not want to, get too overwhelmed. So I actually have pulled back, and I'm going to pull back from social media for a little bit just to give myself time to unwind and to relax and to immerse myself into YouTube and into readings and into writing and things like that. There have been so many things coming up for me behind the scenes, and so I'm actively doing some work to ensure that I keep my spiritual hygiene up and that I also show up for you all with integrity. I know that the past couple of days have been very trying for me, very, very trying. And it makes sense because my rising is Taurus. So you guys know that this full moon hit my first house and I was going through it, honey. I was going through it, but it was okay. I'm thankful for all the lessons. I'm thankful for all the love, and I'm thankful for being able to go through these things and, use my life experience to help you along your journey and share wisdom that I picked up along the way, knowledge and things like that. So yes, if you hear anything in the background, it's because my kids are awake, of course, and although they're using their tablet right now to give them like a little bit of tablet time, of course, while mommy does her work and while dad does his planning, I'm going to use this time to come on here and spend some time with you. So we're going to be working with I can't remember what this deck is called, the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot deck, I believe it's called. And we're also going to be working with 3 other Oracle decks as well. The candle that I have burning to my left is the Divine Feminine candle. I anointed it with this Divine Feminine oil. Both of these items are available in the Etherium. Of course, I use the Etherium to help you work your magic and to help you not only manifest, but to transcend beyond any pain and suffering you may feel, as well as help you to expand your consciousness, to help you have a better outlook and to help to empower yourself along your spiritual journey while you're on your path of remembrance. So this is what the oil looks like, of course, if you can see that. I hope this camera focuses. This is a new camera that I'm using here. It's a Sony camera. What is this called? The Sony ZV E10 II, and with the standard lens or whatever. So I'm hoping that this does what is it? I hope that this does focus. Anyway, and yes, and then this is the candle that I don't really want to touch too much of, but I fixed it with herbs, flowers, resins, and oils or whatnot to cater to my divine feminine with the things that I have that I'm working on and things like that. So yes, I will make sure to link this down in the description box where you can get these. And yes, also we're going to be doing a live shuffle. Let's go ahead and get started with our live shuffle. I hope that everything is going okay with you. And if not, I hope that this reading can serve as a helping hand, I guess, for you in the time that you're in now. The link to the cards that we are using will be linked down in the description box, of course. And the oils and the candle will be linked in the comment section, as well as in the description box. So yes, let's go ahead and do a live pull. I'm going to open myself up to spirit. Thank you so much, Divine, for being with us in this space right now. I just heard the word clever. I ask that you please relay any messages that we need to us right now. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relays any messages to my soul tribe. May you please protect me as the reader. Please grant me the love, the clarity, the exact messages that our soul tribe needs to hear. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relays the messages that they need. Protect me, protect the people listening to this. We invite you into our lives. We invite you into our space, especially to our ancestors, as well as the high vibrational beings from the highest realms of this universe. We thank you. We love you. We invite you in. It is so. So the first words that I heard, Divine Feminine, was clever. And by the way, this is the Divine Feminine within anyone, not just in and I just also heard softness, and I just heard safety. So clever, softness, and safety are words that are coming through. As a writer and as a poet, you guys know that I thrive off of words. Like words are just, they just come. I tell this story. I've been telling this story for quite a bit, where when I was younger, I used to tell myself, like, when I didn't know what to write, I was in like elementary school, and I would say, I don't know what cards these are, by the way, you guys, because I'm not actively looking at them. Anyway, I used to tell myself these, that the words are out there, you just have to find them. And this was when I didn't know what to write, and I would sit there and I would just, just wait, and words would come out. Sometimes I would actively search for the word. I would look in the dictionary and see. I would ask other adults, like, can you tell me what this word means, or what word I can use for this? And when they wouldn't help me, I would be like, okay, challenge accepted. And so I would just sit there and figure out what to say and things like that. That's the kind of kid I was when I was younger. I would always try to find the right words. Always been that way. I always try to find the right words. One of the best compliments people give me is that I have a way with words. I love that. Which is so funny, because I feel like I'm a better writer than I am a speaker. Truly, truly, truly. Why am I saying that? I have no idea. I'm not sure. I don't know why any of that is important. I think I'm just trying to open myself up to share more of myself with you, because over at my other YouTube channel, Magic of Eden, I hardly did that. Like I didn't really do things like that, because I felt like I had to keep all of that part of myself hidden. And I'm realizing now that that is just not what spirit wants for me, which is the reason why I just was not doing well. I don't think I was doing well over there. But now I'm in the space with you guys, I can do that. So clever, safety. Okay, so here's one card here. I don't know what card this is, but we're gonna put that there. I'll do one more. And I'm also like having a conversation with you while we're shuffling the cards, because we're doing a live pull. So that could be another reason why I'm talking so much. All right, so we have shuffled our oracle cards, and we will look at those in just a second. You are more than welcome to choose a card if you'd like, but this is not a pick a card reading. This is just a simple reading, right? So keep that in mind. And then we're also going to pull from our pre-Raphaelite deck. Oh, wowzers. Okay. Wow. The moon was the first card to come through here. And then we also have the lovers, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, excuse me. Your cards are speaking very loud. Okay. Yeah, this deck really wanted to speak to you. Yeah, this deck really wanted to speak to you. And it's definitely speaking very loudly. So the cards that it looks like we have here, if you can see this, smoothies. Also, we've got some cowrie shells and some obsidian that are up here that I was working with. I've been working with obsidian a lot. So you may see this and you may want to work with obsidian. You may want to work with cowrie shells. You may want to work with dragon's blood sage right now for divine feminine healing and for divine feminine empowerment and for I just heard the word like potency. All right. So essentially, what these cards are kind of making me feel like is that there are lots of things, divine feminine, that spirit is calling out. And the first thing that I feel like spirit is calling out with the Wheel of Fortune here and with the Knight of Swords, it's really making me feel like there's someone who feels a little bit afraid of something. They're afraid of, the word is weakness. They're afraid of feeling weak. They're afraid of feeling vulnerable. They're afraid of giving too much and then not receiving enough. They're afraid of feeling like they are doing too much or not doing enough, especially with the Two of Pentacles here in reverse. I just heard the words carry these things. So there could be some things that Divine Feminine could be carrying right now. I just heard a workload. Like Divine Feminine is carrying a really heavy workload, and Divine Feminine is feeling tired from this. Like they're feeling really mentally drained. And what I'm hearing is that I just heard that they're moody. Like they're very moody, and the decisions that they're making, some of them are out of scarcity, some of them are out of fear, but also some of them are out of love, and some of them are out of the fact that they want to keep the home happy. But as a result of that, it almost kind of weighs so hard on Divine Feminine, because while Divine Feminine just wants there to be a happy family, a happy home space, Divine Feminine does not feel fully at home. And I'm also hearing that there is some kind of disruption that's happening within the home space. And I'm hearing that it's specifically with a mother. It could have something to do with your mother, or you could feel like you need a mother's help and that you may not be getting it in the way that you need, or you yourself may be an adult, but you need your mother right now, and you're not, like the relationship between you and your mom may not be the best right now. And as a result, it's playing out in your everyday life. There is some kind of maternal healing that I feel that someone needs right now. And I also do feel like the status of your home is drastically changing. Like what makes you feel secure, what brings you joy, what makes you feel at home is changing, as well as your actual home. Also, what I'm hearing is the word circumstance. I feel like with the word circumstance, it almost kind of feels like if you yourself are finding that you're not fully at home because you feel like there is a lot of things going on, you feel stuck. It's like a tornado. It's like you walk into the house and there's like a tornado that's hit. There's things everywhere. No one's cleaned up. And it's like, listen, can you all just do what I need you to do? Because when you do that, like it helps me out. Like I'm working, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing a lot. And it's not even just that. Like I'm trying my best to make decisions that support everyone. And at the end of the day, I'm still exhausting myself, and I don't want to keep doing that. And that's kind of what I see Divine Feminine doing. I also see here that with the Hangman here, I feel like Spirit is asking you to do something. I feel like Spirit is asking you to do something. I feel like Spirit is asking you to, I just heard the word verbalize. Spirit is asking for you to verbalize something, and Spirit is asking for you to truly speak how you feel, Divine Feminine, because if you keep withholding that, all it's going to do is just keep storing. Like, it's so funny because the mind takes up no space at all, but somehow what I'm hearing is that there's a clutter or there's like a hoarding in your mind. This Nine of Swords is concerning me because I feel like it feels kind of daunting, and it feels like you just can't like catch a break. Like this to me means that you're having a really hard time and you can't catch a break because of what could be going on in the home space, and Spirit is asking you to verbalize that. I really do see that there's some kind of turnaround. There's some type of turnaround. Like I don't see anything like negative happening. I see things favorable. The way that I'm seeing these things, especially with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's almost making me feel like there was some type of cleansing you did. And as a result of the cleansing, you actually made better circumstances for yourself. And there's a lot of things that are changing for you in a more favorable way. And the things that I find that you are changing in your life right now, or that are being changed in your life right now, is that for one, you're not doing so many things and you're not holding on to so many things alone anymore. That's the first thing. Because with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like your priorities are shifting. And now you're realizing that whatever you were doing and whatever you were trying to juggle, something about that was out of alignment. And as a result of that, there are some things that were completely wiped out or completely let go of, or you just couldn't carry it. I'm seeing someone carry a bunch of eggs and then some of the eggs are falling. And because the eggs are falling, what this is a representation of is everything that you were carrying that either you didn't need to be carrying, or because you were carrying so much, you were losing things that were very valuable by trying to carry too much. So Spirit is saying, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's because my 5 year old is up running around and he's back in his room. Close the door. So, Mom Chronicles, right? So basically, I feel like, again, it was almost kind of like things were falling away that were valuable because of how much you were holding. I don't feel like that's here to stay. I actually think that that's being wiped out now. Like, there's a clean slate divine feminine that I do feel that you have, and I'm being called to talk about the Chiron and Aries. I feel like with Chiron and Aries, this gives us a push to want to make changes because there's some things that we felt very tired and hurt by, and we just want to take initiative to become the healers that we need, but also for the sake of community and also for the sake of others, our family, our friends, the world, whatever it may be. And it's this cardinal energy that says, I'm willing to go jump right head first into this because it's not just about me, it's about myself and others. And so for whatever reason, I feel like divine feminine, you could be in a space where you're looking at everyone. Like, it's like you're looking to not only help yourself but help everyone as a whole, especially the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune, ruled by Jupiter, is all about the collective. It's about collective expansion, consciousness expansion, and things of that nature. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I also do feel too that what's changing is some type of like fear or like negative mindset and or unfavorable mindset when it comes to love. I feel like your love life is changing. How you choose to deal with your emotions, your feelings, and how you choose to convey them are changing. And I also feel like you telling yourself that you want a happy home and a happy relationship, that these things are important to you and that you are in love with love, and it's okay that you're in love with love. And I feel like you're also no longer telling yourself that you don't want these things. I just heard the word feminist. So you could be someone who considers himself a feminist. And I just heard that you're not an extreme feminist. Like, I don't know what that means. If I had to guess what that, well, I don't want to guess anything. What I'm hearing that it means is that you're not someone that says, I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't need that. Like, in a way where it becomes toxic, where you start to break people down and say, well, you're worthless. I don't need you. So what? As a way to gain control or dominate or manipulate in a way that pleases you, in a way that promotes pain and suffering needlessly, right? And I feel like now what Spirit is saying is that you're in a space where you're no longer having this toxic idea that you don't need anyone, because you realize that that in itself is a trauma response. I feel like for someone, their trauma responses are at an all-time high. Their triggers are at an all-time high, and they're not understanding how or why these things are happening. And what I'm hearing is that the more you spend time sitting with your triggers, the more you overcome. And just, I'm letting you know now that even though this may not be for you, you may not be listening to this during the days of the full moon. Well, obviously, because I, for one, am recording this on the full moon, and I've uploaded it probably a few days from now. I'm not sure, but by the time you're done listening to this, you very well could be in a space where you just find yourself constantly triggered, like everything is bothering you, especially the fact that we do have the moon card here. The fact that the moon card and the nine of swords here is those things that you did not work on are absolutely coming up left and right. And it almost feels kind of impossible because it's like, how is it that all of these things are coming up right now? And it feels like things are just falling apart. You don't have the Tower card here, but I do feel the Tower card's energy. But at the same time, I'm hearing that the Tower card has done its job. The Tower has already fallen. Now it's time to rebuild. That's what I'm hearing. Spirit, can you do me a favor, please, and explain the well, thank you. Can you explain the Hangman in reverse? Thanks. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Essentially, what Spirit is saying with the Queen of Wands to explain the Hangman in reverse here is that you don't have to limit your power or withhold your power as long as you know what you're doing with it. This is one of those things where Spirit is saying, and it's so interesting because the other day I think it might have been yesterday where Spirit said, your dark divine feminine has awakened. Don't abuse your power. Don't let it consume you or something like that. And I feel like this is you realizing that you don't have to, be consumed by the fires, but rather become one with it. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. Someone is becoming one with their divine feminine. The Queen of Wands is assured of itself and it says, you know what? I'm magnetized. I'm mysterious. I love wearing black. I love wearing red lipstick. I love wearing, whatever it may be. Or if you are more masculine, you may not want to embody that or wear makeup and things like that, but you may, adorn yourself with things that draw power in for you, or you may alchemize and work with the fire element. I'm hearing something about scorpionic energy. So even though this is not a card ruled by Scorpio, but I do sense scorpionic energy with this. Sagittarian energy, scorpionic energy is what I'm feeling with this. Your birthday could be in November. I'm seeing November 21st, so you could be on a cusp. That's so funny. You could be on the cusp, um, or you could be a November Sag is what I'm hearing, or a November Scorpio. You're learning how to wield your power, and I feel like that's so important because you're learning that right now, or you could have Pluto and Scorpio. I know that I was born in a generation that has Pluto and Scorpio, but you could, have been born in a generation where your Pluto is in Scorpio, and or whatever it may be, or you may have a Aries may sit in the eighth house for you, or you may have a very strong eighth house placement. I do feel like there's like a lot of water associated with this reading, and I feel like you're learning how to use that to the benefit of others. I feel like Spirit is asking for you as well, Divine Feminine, to celebrate your family, to celebrate yourself, right? To celebrate yourself, but also celebrate your relationships. Just celebrate for the sake of doing so without feeling like you have to pile so much on to yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have the hawk spirit, wildness, perception, observation. We have swan, transformation, dreams, illusion. Interesting, because y'all saw when I shuffled and we got the moon card here. So this is actually speaking to the moon card. Let me show you these two cards actually first. These are, I don't know what these are called. It's called the Spiritual Meanings of Birds Oracle deck. I'm going to link it down below. This is the hawk card here. And then this is the swan card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. With the hawks, you guys know how they fly, they soar above, and they have a very like high like point of view, right? And I feel like they spend time obviously in the air to observe, to follow, because they're birds of, they're predator birds, right? So because of that, they need to spend time soaring to observe, to see, to watch out for. The fact that you have Swan here, transformation, dreams, and illusion, instead of you just being very active and very pouncy and very aggressive or very just like hunting, you spend time just kind of thinking and seeing into these things deeper. Like you're seeing from a different perception, and it almost feels like your intuition is advancing to a point where now you're understanding that the more that you observe, the more you see, and the more you see beyond illusion. People may show you certain things about themselves, and it may be like a surface level thing, or it may seem surface level, but you're able, because you're so observant, you're able to see the deeper layers of that, and that's what makes you powerful, especially the fact that you do have the Queen of Wands here. You more than likely are someone that embodies the Queen of Wands energy effortlessly, and you don't even know it. And I also feel like if this is not you, then this could be your partner, or this could be someone around you, or this could be what you are embodying, because at the time of this full moon today, this is about embodiment. Taurus wants to embody unapologetically, and Taurus decides, because it's fixed, it says, well, I'm going to stick to this and I'm going to keep going with this because that's just what is real to me. It's real, it's apparent, it's obvious, I feel it, I see it, it's real, right? It's a fixed earth sign, so it's going to keep going and going and going and going and going. And for whatever reason, I'm saying that because I feel like someone again is cementing themselves into who they really are, right? And they're cementing themselves and becoming the embodiment. But before they do so, they stop, they observe, they perceive. Let me see something here. Also, your dreams have been telling you a lot about yourself recently, and your dreams have been revealing to you things that may have been under the radar that no one else could pick up on, but you pick up on it because your intuition's really strong. It comes off as very scary to some people, but that's not your problem. That's not your fault. You're just really intuitive. You're just really intuitive, and it can be a little scary for some people, but you're not here to make people comfortable. You're here to help people grow. Wildness, perception, observation, hawk. Okay, let's see. Here we go. It says card meaning. A hawk reminds us of the wild part of our nature. Have you become too immersed in an artificial environment or disconnected from the wilder elements of your personality? The hawk can remind you that the reconnecting with nature can help balance your life. Like the falcon and eagle, the hawk can also send the message that something at hand requires your attention, or that you're just not seeing something. Take another look. You may have missed something on your first assessment of the situation. The hawk may be recommending that you step back to get a better view of the entire situation. You may be too close to see what's really going on. The hawk may be encouraging you to be more of a visionary. I love that. And it says, where to find the hawk? Hawks are found worldwide except in Antarctica. Hawks live in most habitats from mountains to coastal regions, grasslands, woodland, and agriculture areas. So you usually do find hawks, and I obviously see them like a lot, and I mean a lot over here in Virginia. So you may see them in like eastern woodlands, of course. And I know that the hawk is a favored animal totem among some tribes and whatnot. I know for I can't speak for everyone, but I know for like Powhatans and whatnot, hawks are symbols of, I want to say, bravery and courage and spiritual. I want to say like spiritual leaders. I think that at least that's what I get from it. But I can't, other than the eagle, right? Anyways, but they are very fierce and they are very observant. And so spirit is asking for you again to look at a higher perspective. That's why you have here this 10, this, what is this card? I'm sorry. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Swan. Okay, Swan. The swan means that transformation lies in your future. That's funny because you have the death card here. Your time to shine is imminent. Are there issues in your life you can alter or transform to yield more positive results? Perhaps the swan is to revitalize yourself. The swan also encourages you to pay more attention to your dreams. Exactly. They may be trying to tell you something. Exactly. Try keeping a dream journal by your bed. The swan coaxes you to look at your life to discover the magic it holds. It urges you to pierce through any illusions operating in your life. Sweep them away. Truth without illusion may be painful to deal with at first, but in the end, it will allow you to grow. Where to find the swan? Swans live in mainly temperate climates. They are found throughout the northern and southern hemispheres, except for Central America and tropical Asia. Swans live on or near water, feeding both in water and on land. And it's so beautiful, and that's what makes these birds so dreamy because it's connected to the land and it's connected to water. I don't know why I feel like you're meshing both earth and water, and you're allowing, I just heard the word like scrying. Like maybe like scrying into water because the water can give you more information that may not be so apparent. You also have unexpected visitors and into the unknown. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Unexpected visitors. I just heard the word ghosts. You have Angel of Balance, you have Healer of the Ages, and then you have Cornucopia. That's what it looks like. All right, so with all of these cards here coming out, and this is actually going to conclude our reading for today or for tonight. It looks like it really does look like something. I don't know why I feel like I just heard like something wonderful is on the way, and a healer of the ages. I feel like this is whatever's going on in your life, divine feminine. I feel like it's marking you. Like I feel like you're becoming like there's something about you where it feels like you're marked. Like it feels like you are marked for something. Like you're marked. unexpected visitors and into the unknown. I feel like when you maneuver into this new space, or when your circumstances start changing, different people start to appear in your life. Like once your life starts to become more in order and feel more favorable, and once things start to kind of organize themselves and you pull back and you see things for what they are and you allow things to be and you allow yourself to move with that knowing, and you step into your power and you allow yourself to be in it unapologetically, I feel like that's when things start to kind of they start to shift, and like it really does sometimes become very immediate. Like something could be very drastic or it could be very chaotic, and then like the next moment it's like, okay, the chaos hit, now what? Okay, well things are now, they're repairing themselves or they're starting to become more obvious, obviously, but not even just that, it's like they're starting to like work themselves out. It's like it happens almost as soon as it happens, right? Things start to kind of work themselves out as soon as disaster strikes, if that makes sense. So unexpected visitors and into the unknown, this is encouragement, because if you're afraid of allowing yourself to move or allowing yourself to go or allowing yourself to pivot, this is spirit encouraging you, letting you know that this in itself needed to happen because there was some type of balance obviously that was needed in your life, and because things were so much, because there were so many things, because it was so chaotic, it almost felt like the things that you wanted could not come through. So divine feminine, I feel like spirit is asking for you not to be afraid of your power. In fact, you allowing yourself to embrace the unknown, and you allowing yourself to just allow yourself to go in it knowing that you're not alone. I feel like that's when you'll start to receive a lot more abundance, a lot more juice, a lot more nourishment, a lot more whatever you need abundantly, right? Because this is all about empowerment. I just heard the word nakedness. So I feel like spirit is asking for you to be a bit more vulnerable with what you need, with where you are in life, and just forgive yourself and let yourself forgive others for what they've done, and you forgive yourself for what you've done, and allow yourself to just allow yourself, like whatever it is, allow yourself. Healer of the ages, I feel like you're a teacher. Like I feel like you're some type of like divine teacher, or you're here to be like a divine feminine embodiment of a great teacher. And it's almost kind of giving me like Buddha vibes. Not saying that you are the Buddha, but I'm saying that I'm not going to say that you're not one of them, if that makes sense. But not you're not doing it in a way that Buddha did it. You're doing it in a way that you're doing it, meaning that you are the embodiment of some type of divine master teacher, or in a very feminine, mysterious, esoteric way, perhaps. But either way it goes, I feel like with this healing of the ages, I feel like you are one of the ones in this age that are going to help others transmute this fire and understand their rage a bit more, understand their anger a bit more, or understand and how to work with this sacred energy, because anger and rage and lust, like these are all sacred elements and we can use them for good, and I feel like you're here to help teach people that through your experiences. You may be a firebender, or you may be someone that works very closely with fire or like hot elements or chemistry. You may, I don't know if you're into physics, but I feel like you're into like chemicals, like something dealing with chemicals. Spirit is saying be careful with the kind of chemicals you put on your skin. They're asking you to make a switch. For some of you, they're asking for you to switch from perfumes to like oil based things, because you don't want your it's something's flammable. Please be careful. Like if you have perfumes and things like that, like I don't know why I'm being told to tell you to move them to like another area and just keep them away right now, because fire is like at an all-time high for you. You may have been having your run-ins with fire. Just be careful. Things may have been sparking a lot easier, or you may have got your hair caught in fire. Just be very careful, because fire, like it's too easy for you to have an accident with fire right now. I don't know what it is about that, but it's the energy of fire. They're saying to be careful with that. Okay. Yes, that's all. I'm super excited to have been present with you right now. I'm really glad to have given you this reading. I hope it all did make sense. And go back and watch this video as many times as you need. I love you so very much, y'all. And if you need anything from me, just visit me online over at the Saiyonan Path.org. Make sure that you're following along with me on Instagram. I'll have the link down below. Also, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, because we do want to get monetized and we do want to share ourselves with the world, and we want to we want to express ourselves, and we also want to reach our soul tribe in numbers. Also, I am on a mission. My mission is to help as many souls as I can. My mission is to create a stage so that I can perform my poetry and things of that nature. And my mission is also to create an in-person space where we can dole together, fellowship, love, and just have not only the time of our lives, but I want us to be able to heal, grow, and evolve in our grand sacred community. Okay. So welcome to the Saiyonan Collective. Hit that subscribe button, save this video, share it, and all those good things. Visit the Ethereum. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.